It wouldn't start with explosions, no dramatic invasion, no fire raining from the sky. It would start with silence. One night, every satellite, every signal, every screen across the world would flicker and then go still. Phones freeze mid-text. TVs cut to black. TVs cut to black. For exactly 17 seconds, the entire planet would go quiet. Then they would appear, not one ship, not a fleet, thousands. They wouldn't descend aggressively. They wouldn't even move at first. New York, Tokyo, Lagos, Sao Paulo, London, and smaller ones over oceans, deserts, and places no one expected. People would panic. At first, governments would scramble, military jets launched, defenses activated, but something would become clear almost immediately. Missiles would fail midair, dropping harmlessly into oceans or empty fields. It would feel like being observed. Day one would be chaos. Day two would be confusion. Day three, that's when things would change. Because that's when the message would come, not in English, not in any spoken language. Every human being on Earth at the exact same moment would feel it, a thought that wasn't theirs. A calm, overwhelming presence entering their minds, not controlling them. Dot, dot, dot. But speaking directly to something deeper than words, images would flood everyone's consciousness. Stars forming, planets dying, civilizations rising and collapsing. And then one clear idea. You are not alone, you never were. Scientists would work nonstop trying to understand what was happening. Some calling it divine, others calling it a test. Conspiracy theories some people would celebrate, others would hide, convinced the end is coming. A farmer in Kansas would wake up to find his dying crops restored overnight, greener than ever. A child in a hospital in Germany would suddenly be free of a disease doctors couldn't cure. In the middle of the Sahara, water would appear where there had been none for centuries, but not everywhere, not for everyone. The pattern would take time to notice, but once people saw it, it would be impossible. The aliens weren't helping randomly. They were helping selectively, of extreme suffering, places where humanity had failed itself. And still no direct communication beyond those shared thoughts. Weeks would pass. The fear would begin to fade, replaced by something else, unease. Because if they could heal, if they could restore, if they could reach into every human mind, then why weren't they doing more? Why not stop wars entirely? Why not eliminate hunger everywhere? Why not fix everything? That question would divide the world. Some would argue they're guiding us, not saving us. Others would say they're testing us. And some would begin to wonder something darker. What if they're judging us? Not fleeing, leaving. As suddenly as they arrived, they would rise into the sky, thousands of them vanishing into the atmosphere without a trace. No explosions, no sound, just gone. But they wouldn't leave us empty-handed. Because as they disappeared, that same presence would return one last time clearer than ever. Now choose what comes next. And just like that, we would be alone again, no alien technology left behind, no instructions, no proof beyond what everyone experienced together. But the world wouldn't go back to normal. Because for the first time in human history, that we were given a glimpse of a better version of ourselves, the real question wouldn't be why they came. It would be, what if they never needed to come back? Because we finally changed on our own?